Our mission is to enable all young people to reach their full potential as responsible and caring citizens. We are in our 80th year this year of serving our community. We started in 1941 as a boys club. In the 70s, we moved into this building, still a boys club. We added on the gym, and then as time went on, we opened a site at Frederick Manor in the mid-1990s. And that was when girls started to be admitted. So we became a Boys and Girls Club. In the early 2000s, we expanded again into Nolan Village and into the Elgin Station Community Center. And today, we are in those 4 areas, and we have 2 outreach sites in Cumberland. Our main goal is to provide a safe space for kids 6 to 18 years old to be at out of school. So after school, during the school year, and then in the summer, we run a summer program. So when you run into people who grew up going to this club, the number one thing they always tell you is how this club saved them, whether it gave them structure or gave them a place to go to after school or fed them. I mean, we feed our kids. Even though our programs have changed and how we look is different, we've always been consistent in being here in the community and serving kids. Someone told me once that our club should reflect how the community feels about our kids, and that has kind of driven me with this project. That and the fact that this building needs to be replaced. It's served its purpose. It's been a great place for our kids to come to, and now they deserve something better. I'm a mom, and so I take everything with these kids like they're mine. Safety is our number one priority. I need a building that these kids can be safe in. I need a building that's ADA compliant. So if we have a kid who has mobility issues who comes in here, they don't have to just stay in this room. And it became apparent that the amount that would have to go into this building to make it better was not worth it. So we knew we had to start over. We were very lucky in that the Blaine family donated the property adjacent to us. It's going to take us a while to do this, but I have a great board of directors and they're committed. I have a great staff. We're all committed to making this work for these kids. I've been here for 4.5 years, a very small part of this organization's existence. But we have worked so hard. We have overcome so much just in terms of challenges with our members and reframing and rethinking how we are moving forward. We have we've strengthened our infrastructure and we've served more kids, and we've seen that ebb and flow with COVID, but we're committed to serving more kids. And to win this award would just feel like, not that the work that we have been doing is worth it, because the work that we have been doing is worth it, and I see that every day when kids come into this building, but that the community understands how worth it the work is that we're doing.
The United Way was incorporated in 1957, and we have been recognized, as most recently as this year, as the world's most trusted and recognized nonprofit. Our local United Way here in Washington County has earned a Platinum Seal of Transparency from GuideStar, which means that we are in the top 1% of their 1.8 million nonprofits, again, for trust and transparency. In the past year alone, this United Way and this very small team has reinvested over $2.4 million back into Washington County. In the past year, I'm most proud of our pandemic response. From day one of the lockdown, when everyone else was figuring out what to do, they were scared, they were working from home, closing down. No, United Way said, okay, get your helmet strapped on, we're ready to roll. And ever since, our foot has been on the throttle and we have not let up. In the past year alone, we have distributed over 168,000 pounds of food. We have collected and redistributed thousands and thousands of units of life-saving PPE, and that went to nursing homes and healthcare facilities and the community free clinic and so many others. We have restocked the pantries of 120 senior citizens here in town. We've collected and redistributed 17,000 books, COVID safety kits.
We were out and about. We put our mask on, put our gloves on, and we were, we're talking April, May, and June when it was really in the heat of COVID, when no one wanted to go outside. We were helping with Micah's backpack, helping with Meals on Wheels.
The calls keep coming. We keep going out, we're answering the calls, we're deploying, and this is what we do every single day. And we never know what it's going to be when the phone rings. Sometimes it's a big ask, but we always come through. One way or another, we figure it out.
People in this industry, it's just an inner drive. You're not driven by moving up. You're not driven by what can you get out of it. You're driven by what can you offer to the community? How can you make what you entered into a little better when you leave? And that's kind of how I think about my role at the United Way and how I choose to operate. And I know that every single one of us at the United Way has that same mentality.
Too often, people hear the United Way and they know the national brand and they think or they feel that we don't need help. And that couldn't be further from the truth. We are operating so incredibly lean. Everything that we get back, we reinvest into this community. So it's incredibly hard to do the work that we do when things are so incredibly scarce, because our whole goal in everything that we do is taking care of our community and maximizing the investment. If we would win Nonprofit of the Year, as wonderful as that would be, it would just feel like another day at the Way, as we say. Nothing would change with the amount of giving that we do. It would, again, light a fire, light a spark in us, but for us, this is just who we are. This is what we do. So it would be an incredible honor, and we'd be so grateful. But tomorrow we're gonna show up, we're gonna answer the phones, we're gonna do everything that we've always done, and just have a little bit more fire and a little bit more purpose to see that our community finally recognizes this team and the great work that we do every single day. So thank you, not necessary, we're grateful, but again, another day at the Way.
Washington County Community Action Council is part of a larger organization on the national level. There are 17 of us statewide, but we focus solely on Washington County. And the community action agencies were developed as a result of President Johnson's War on Poverty in 1964 with the intent of helping low-income families become self-sufficient. So we really focus on our fundamentals, and that's food, housing. We also administer an energy program for the state. And then transportation is also a big focus of ours, as it's a huge barrier for many in the community. Not everyone owns a car. Everyone thinks that everyone has 1 or 2 cars in the household. That's not the case. We're focusing on those 4 fundamentals here, and that's what we believe our role in the community is. We're here when you run into an issue and you need a little bit of assistance to get back on your feet. It's our mission to give them a hand up, not a handout.
Probably the biggest, plus to me is the fact that we get to help people that, have never needed help before, and because they've helped me and I continue to get help through here. It's so different to see how we change people's lives, whether it's a bag of food, giving them a place to live, keeping them off the streets, or if it's even just, giving them advice on what to do next.
We are such a huge asset to the community. We serve at least 75 people a day just on food alone. I personally see them when they come in with the hardships, when they're returning them, when we've helped them. And it's just such a great joy to see how we've helped them. It just really touches your heartstrings.
We work a lot with Children in Need and with Reach and with Valor, Girls Inc., just to mention a few. And our success is because of these partnerships. We really took a look at ourselves internally a couple years ago and tried to better ourselves as an agency and think about what we could do to improve. And that enables us to be a better partner, because we can't do it all. It's important that we all work together. Addie does a great job at the Boys and Girls Club. I've toured that facility with her, and those kids are excited to be there, and they need somewhere safe to go. And the United Way, Heather has done tremendous things with that organization in the short time that she's been the executive director, and we receive grants from them, and they administer one of the FEMA grants for us. So they're critical to the community as well. So it's great just being nominated and being with them.
It shows that we're being recognized for all the hard work and how we've affected the community as a whole. A lot of people, I don't think, realize how many people we have been able to help and how much they really do appreciate it. Just having a couple clients come in and say how much they appreciate us, it means a lot, it really does. But being recognized for it as well means a tremendous amount.
Since 1997, the Community Foundation of Washington County has been inspiring philanthropy throughout our community. But what does that really mean? It means that we oversee the growth of so many charitable interests and do our part in creating a healthy, vibrant community. Engaged philanthropy, encouraging giving both personal and corporate at all levels with a hands-on approach from a dedicated staff. Not only do we collaborate as a team to provide a variety of flexible and cost-effective ways for our donors to create endowments, but we also engage our donors, keeping them connected with ways that they can step up and respond to the changing community needs. Above all, this means that we are a nonprofit too, one that prides ourselves on being the connector between philanthropy and Washington County. We've proudly supported the Business Awards Nonprofit of the Year category for several years and consider it just one more way that we're doing our part to create a better future. And the Community Foundation of Washington County is proud to announce that the winner of the Nonprofit of the Year award is